So we need to get ourselves some batteries.
Attention! Wyndham Village is under the authority of the Quarantine Protocol. Acts of banditry and other breaches of the Penal Charter will be severely punished. In the name of Queen and country, follow protocol or...
Oh, did the audio bug just kick in? Probably. Hold on. I'm gonna go into the village. No, because if I go in and the audio's out... Oh, hold on. I might have to reload, because I am hearing nothing. Yep. So, if you get the audio bug, you have to, if you're on console, you have to close the whole game down. You can't just go to the menu screen. You gotta close the whole game out. It's annoying. Hopefully they fix it. But, it's been a week. And still no fix. Audio is back, and we were told that this was a village, so...
Sarge! Look! Visitor!
Well. Just look what the cat dragged in. Pay attention! This village is under military occupation per the Quarantine Protocol. You're new round here, eh? Which means you're free to enter. Just keep your nose clean, alright?
You see how the audio, like, his voice is moving. Other characters' voices are normal. Okay. Well.
What are you gawping at? Like I said, you're free to enter the village. Move on.
Just like that?
Just like that. Captain's orders. He says any stranger might be important, so we just send any like you his way. Unless you're an outlaw, of course. Or worse.
What's worse than an outlaw?
Oh, mad folk in the woods. Creatures that tear you limb from limb. The list goes on. There's something nasty at work here. Something in the soil. If it weren't for our protection, the villagers would be no better off than those grey-skinned bastards. Now, you should go and talk to the captain. I reckon he'd be keen to see you right away. Last I heard, Captain Sims was down by the bandstand. Present yourself to him toot sweet, if you know what's good for you.
Well, should I shoot him, Sarge?
You should not. Do they look like an outlaw to you?
No, Sarge.
There we go then. Outlaws we shoot, strangers we let in. Captain's orders.
The balancing of audio is just... okay. But we're allowed in.
Look, for the 100th time, we're here to protect civilians and get this mess sorted out.
Oh,
Please, God.
get a lot sorted out by kicking the elderly out of their homes, do you?
I can't stand this.
You know what the captain said?
Shithole of the village
We have
much
to move
longer.
anybody vulnerable inside the inner perimeter.
Vulnerable? The bloody cheek of you! Ah, at least the outlaws have the common decency to rub us blind and not tell us it's for our own bloody good.
Right, listen to me, you old knout. Orders is orders. You obey orders, or it's the jug for you.
You never took us in the prison. I'd die there. You'd never...
Watch me. You should be thanking us for protecting you. You know that?
Aye, I suppose so.
You suppose so? Let me hear you say it.
Thank you. Thank you for protecting us.
That's better. Now gather your tat and get out.
In case it wasn't obvious, the military's a piece of shit. Let's go.
Not sure about you.
I don't really care. Alright.
Keep it civilized.
No troublemakers. I know where to get batteries. Hello.
You have done well. You have installed a battery. The interchange starts to live again. sorrow.
Go into the church. We can do a side quest, side investigation, to get another
So I
battery.
said to him, "Where's my pal Johnny? What you done with him?" And that bloody peacock says, "Oh, Mr. Wilmore is currently detained."
He never. They put poor Mr. Wilmore in that prison of theirs. What for?
Wouldn't say, would he? All full of martial law this and special powers that.
Ugh, bunch of little Hitlers.
Aye. Our Davy never came back from France in the last one.
Oh, I know.
If he was still here with us, he'd have spat in the eye, that pompous little... The words fail me.
I know. But just keep mum about how cross you are, though. If they'll lock up Mr. Wilmore, they'll lock up anybody.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the church.
Why here of all places? If they'd resolved to do something so awful, why in the church?
Some bugger, pardon my French, wanted to make a scene, sir.
And doom us all in the process. If the captain and his minions find out.
Okay. Hey, what's going on? I wandered into the scene of a recent murder in Windham Village's church. Vicar was standing by the corpse, rather urgently asked me to leave. He hasn't, but okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed today. Please leave.
Now he has. Hey, buddy.
Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go. Please.
You just want me to ignore a corpse?
These are awful times. If news of this gets out, things will get worse, I assure you. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here.
All right. Don't you want to know who did this?
All I can concern myself with right now is keeping this quiet. I must decide what to do about this before any soldier wanders in. I would suggest you let all this lie too. The matter is best left to the village to handle.
Okay, well, why would anyone do such a thing?
All too many a reason, I'm sad to say. There are certain beliefs around here. Harmless before the disaster, but since, with the protocol now imposing their law, it has all become somewhat tribal. Maisie here must have got mixed up in something. The weapon that was used to... a peculiar choice. It puts me in mind of those debauched druids out in the woods.
Druids in the woods? Why don't you tell me more?
Well, we call them druids. I'm not sure what they call themselves. The disaster seems to have fostered the return of some distinctly atavistic, indeed thoroughgoing pagan sentiments around here. The following sprang up in Casterfell Woods shortly after, in the ruins of an old castle, and has since bloomed into a vicious cult. Certain death. That's what you'll be met with if you choose to enter the woods. I advise you to stay well away. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to work out. I trust you will do what is right.
Okay. Well, if we check Maisie Higgins' corpse, there's a note that they didn't bother to look at. The note was found on Maisie, which they spelled it differently than the corpse is spelt, Higgins' corpse in the church. Her blood is still on the paper. Spotted some possible foul play. I'm going to camp out at the ruined cottage by the Mayorview Hotel to get a better look. hotel. You got anything to add?
What do you want? I had naught to do with Maisie's death, I swear. In God's name. And neither did the vicar. He's a good man. If this gets back to the soldiers, they'll cart him and me both off to jail.
Alright, but you realize how it looks, right? No, wait. I asked that already in my original playthrough of this. Who do you think would want to hurt Maisie?
I don't know who. Not us. She probably got on the wrong side of someone on account of her. But you should leave. This is village business, and none of yours.
Okay, well. You should tell me your secrets, because I might be able to help.
Like I said, this is none of your business, stranger. If you want to play detective, stick to the crime scene. Leave us bystanders alone.
You found the body, therefore you are wrapped up into this, but I'm going to eat your bread. She just went to go reach for it, too. Okay. Well, Maisie Higgins, your sickle.
You'll do the right thing, I'm sure. I trust you will do what is right.
Now we're off. Last she said was she was going to go camp out by the motel.
Citizens of Wyndham, volunteers are required for work.
Again? But despite warnings, certain among you are still pursuing prohibited activities. To wit, such
I didn't know he actually gave a speech though. Because the first time I came here, he wasn't giving a speech though. It was just in the town hall.
Keep your nose clean.
The hotel's over here.
Hands away from any weapons, you.
She's up in the ruins behind the hotel. What's my health doing? Can I get this cake? This pastry. I'm not seeing any ruins back there, but I know they're back there. Battle stem. It's a mouse hole. Yeah, no, I don't know what counts as but it's fine. There's a guy over
yes,
Protect me from these mice. They will be infinitely spawning until you so just be aware of that. So now we're down here in the cellar. Let's see, there's a room back there. Oh, scripted mice. Of course. I don't even see where their hole is at. Oh no, these are scripted mics. They don't have a hole. They came out of this room to show that this is a room. Thanks, guys. Kill the one they call Maisie. Morris Wick. We share in your concern. If the Vicar's spy, the one you call Maisie, has discovered your purpose, then you must deal with her. That captain means only to bring pain to the soil and its children. Must stay hidden until that day comes when we all may sing with the same voice. Silence Maisie, return her to the soil. Got it. Alright, you guys stop that. Jump over. Fall underneath. In this room, we can grab some cloth. We can grab a bark, which gives us points things. Find another note. Captain Sims doesn't suspect a thing. Sisters and brothers, I'm making headway in Windham. Protocol imposes harsher restrictions by the day. The Protocol is the name of the military group. Where was I? And it wears the villagers down. But the worse they get, the more they are willing to listen. I tell them of the purpose, which is, I guess, the other group, of the voice in the soil. Some are wary, seeing how the captain brands us as corrupt and pagan, but others are receptive. When I can, I'll bring them to the woods to meet you. I hold the purpose safe and secret. The heathen that is their captain doesn't suspect a thing. To him, I'm just a humble shopkeeper. Thank you for your guidance. I look forward to the day I can join you and hear the voice for myself. Voice. So now we know that it is the shopkeeper that's doing all of this. I mean, we had a name, but we didn't know what Morris's job was. Be ready to run. It's one thing to have made Molotov cocktails, but we have no idea if they work on the robots. The Ruskies would chuck them into the engine vents on the Jerry Panzers, but they're not like that on a robot. I think we need something more. Once we do, there'll be a proper Barney in the if the Proti bastards don't find out. So try and find a machine that's on its own. Be ready to run if it doesn't work though. So I don't know if any of those are old British slurs. I don't know what a Proti is. I mean, is that the slur for the robots? The Proti? Prototype? So there was the plan in here, but I didn't grab it. Go ahead and grab it. Now we can make Molotov cocktails. So, we need to go confront the shopkeeper. Before we do that, there is another note that I didn't use after. Oh, what? That might help me. God, that's a voice. Rats. There's another note all the way back here that I didn't pick up just in case those notes referenced it, but none of them referenced it. I didn't find it until after. Finished. Not finished. Finish this quest.
State of this place. Leave tomorrow if we could.
Another phone call.
The village of Wyndham is picturesque. The village of Wyndham is quaint. The village of Wyndham is dangerous. Be cautious.
Thank you. Go in here. It is trespassing, so be careful. Right here is another note. Recent movements. Maisie, it's been too quiet of late. Something is going on. Keep your eyes open for me, as usual. You spot one of them acting off, bring it to me. Reverend McKinney. Below are some notes scribbled in a different hand. Notes on his recent movements. Passed the Mireview Hotel, crossed the stream, and turned right. Headed up the hill, turned right again, up the narrow stone steps. Went round back to the ruins and entered that rat-infested cellar. What are you up to? Okay, so if I read that first, it would have told me where to go. See, I didn't remember what that note said. I just knew it tied into this quest. So let's go to the shopkeeper.
Watch your step.
Do as you're told, right?
Running out of heart. Not totally claw.
Addressing civilian! Stand back,
This is the bakery, but I need to get some health back, so you can use a teapot once to get health back.
Trespass is a serious offense.
Because I'm British as fuck.
A new customer. How'd you do?
Also trespass, and they don't seem to care. Hey Morris.
Welcome to Wyndham Village. Pardon my curiosity, but how is it the soldiers let you in? Did you bribe them? And if you did, what with?
So we're just gonna skip straight to doing this quest, because I've already done all this before. You know what? Never mind any of that. I have a letter here tying you to the murder of Maisie.
Shh! Shut your bloody trap before you bring every nosy bastard in here. All right, look, just hear me out, eh? See, we're a rotten one, that un. Tattling folk out to the vicar so he can load it over us. She never had out on me, not till last night when she found that letter. Then she carried on like I'd thrown in me lot were old Hitler or summat. Called me a traitor, like I ever had any loyalty to the protocol lot. I'm no killer, not born to it, but she were poison, that un, and so is Vicar. Summat had to be done.
Okay, so... Can't justify murder, dude.
Before it all went to hell in a cocked hat, I'd agree with you. But just look at the state of things here. If me sympathies like, if those were common knowledge with folk, it'd be the end for me, end for shop. And then where would the village be, eh? I'm not wicked, you know. I just have a purpose in life, that's all, something better. But that Maisie, she were going to shout it from rooftops if I didn't pay to keep her and that vicar quiet. She had to go. And I had to do it somewhere Vicar couldn't just sweep it under the rug. He can't go running off to the captain when it looks like he might have blood on his hands. Please, I know what I'm asking, but let it go, will you? Give us that letter back and we can both forget all about it. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
So I can report it, he will attack. I can tell him to leave, I don't know if he will attack. Or I can let it slide, right? So, I don't want to kill him, because I'm trying to not kill anybody. So I'm gonna tell him to leave and see if he listens.
What? And leave the village without a shop? I don't just run this place, you know. I find the supplies it depends on. Wyndham will starve. You can't make me leave.
Should have thought of that before you murdered someone.
You're a heartless one, aren't you? You don't leave me any choice. All right. I'll go the first minute I can leave without making those protocol gowlighters suspicious.
We could still ask him for his beliefs. Find out what went over at that power plant.
Big explosion, that's what. I remember it woke the whole village. We were out in the streets, wondering what were what. I mean, with all them atoms and such like they have over there. The soldiers rolled in and told us we were fine, that there weren't no radioactivity to be frit of. But then, in the next breath, they said we couldn't leave. Temporary quarantine protocol, they called it. Temporary, my hat. Look at them walls. Now't temporary about them, is there? We had no choice but to take it on the chin. So we did. Well, most of us did, anyhow.
What do you mean, most of us?
In the months after the disaster, some people started to turn a bit odd. Nothing bad, just different, you know. Kept going on about the soil calling to them. People you'd known your whole life, proper sober folk, suddenly talking about a new purpose. Then one night, they all upped and marched off into woods. Soldiers have been properly down about any talk, since that might sound a bit, you know, pagan. I shouldn't be talking about it neither.
That just reminds me of South Park. The guy living in the house next to you could be homeless. And you wouldn't even know it.
Citizens of Wyndham, volunteers are required for work details on Singeferno. Work out to help out.
So my original one, I killed him. Assuming no matter what I do, I still get my reward. So they cleaned up the body. They didn't clean up the blood. Vicar?
Ah, it's you.
I found some of Maisie's notes. Was she working for you?
You did? I see. Yes, it's true. She ran errands for me from time to time. I asked her to keep an eye on certain people. She has had quite a talent for it. But I had no reason to kill her. You must believe me.
Relax, man. Just be honest with me and I might be able to catch her killer.
I have a certain arrangement of sorts with some of the villagers. In a world as terrible as this, with evil in the soil and a military boot on their necks, who can blame those who turn to the church for protection? I offer what I can, in return for a small donation to the church. But it is necessary for me to keep some eyes on them as well. In case they waver, there is a lot of temptation within the zone, and temptation too easily leads to corruption.
All right. Could one of those people have killed her?
I suppose so. If she had discovered something, perhaps she was following someone on the day she was killed. Her notes might enlighten you on that front.
All right, well, I found a letter that ties Morris Wick to the murder.
The shopkeeper? Good heavens above. I knew something was off about him, but nothing as foul as that. News travels fast here. I'm told Morris will no longer cause us any problems in the village. Thank you for finding some sort of resolution to all this. Look, I would like you to have something. It's a rarity and I'm loath to part with it, but your help has been invaluable. This will open the box upstairs. You'll find your reward there. And in the spirit of reciprocation, if you are in need of my help, you need only ask.
What other services do you provide?
I am here if you wish to talk, to unburden your soul. And if you'll forgive me for saying so, you seem troubled. Might I ask why? I don't suppose, well, have you perhaps been hearing voices?
Actually, no, I haven't, so I'm good. See ya.
Farewell, and God bless you.
Right. Nope. This chest. Get ourselves a battery. And a note. A fruitful trade. It's a shame I have to keep this magnificent thing locked away, but I don't expect the soldiers would be happy I had it. Atoms. The very stuff of God, stored in their purest and most terrible form. Marvel. It was a fruitful trade, and worth the trip out to Molly in the Dale. If I can scrounge enough, perhaps I can purchase her second. So that's to let me know I can buy one from Molly. But if you're watching this, all the ones I'm going to show you, you basically get for free. Do a quest and get it, or you can find it. On to our next battery.